APC for inside Osun State say then they consider, say in fact right now, then they study everything will happen for inside the election and then they consider possible court case after the election. And people are saying that with all this drama that happened, you they consider possible court case. Some people don't they talk, say, is the APC really serious with all of this? Well, that's actually what they said. That they're studying the election result and considering legal action. That now waiting APC to talk. And this one don't raise a lot of talk. People don't they talk, say, what were they expecting? Expecting that they should announce them winner, or maybe it won't be seen at courts now. They will come Kokuma use Ademola Adeleke, find one thing will happen for the election and find a loophole where they go use say, oh, now because of this loophole now, make Ademola Adeleke. When people they say, okay, make they see what thing it be say they happen. But in the middle of this, David Adeleke no just they take am easy for APC people because Davido just they slam Oga Abiodun Faleke, a Lagos State lawmaker. They slam and they slam. Tell and say, look, Oga politics no be career, go get a career. David. What is wrong with you? I could let you in on all of those drama. Plus, the drama, the controversy around say, oh, this election will be Kayamu, will be Adeleke win. Now, actually, a deal between him and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. People say deal, and they deploy over 15,000 police officers. That one no follow for army, you know follow for maybe civil defense, you know follow for civil defense, you know follow for customs and all the people they deploy go there, and they don't follow for the 19 governors, I be 16 governors from APC we go there. Person where you strike deal with, if they carry all these forces go follow them. Now waiting people they talk. Well, Adeleke don't come and come talk. Say as Kayamo talk that one, saying no strike any deal with anybody. Say just the support the president because he be Yoruba man. And Pastor Paul Enenche don't react to waiting if he say Sheikh Jingir, Islamic cleric Sheikh Jingir talk and in insightful words against the Christians. And in fact, if you see waiting Paul Enenche talk, he blast left, right, and center. What's happen? I could let you waiting Paul Enenche talk. What do you think? That's go be another Islamic cleric too. Don't come talk about Islam too and all of those drama. Well, and as it gets to do with the politics. You see, all of these and more issues might be so good to look at today. Welcome to Updates and Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things today, share for inside the country. And I be very excited because we don't prove, say, true, where people then stay together and they're resilient, then go get the result. How you take some. But we could just quickly take a small break. When we come back, we will bring our Sunday, Friday tonic, enter inside the studio and go dive straight into the conversation. Stay with us. Oh, by the way, if this is now your first time of joining us, I know let me preach to you now. Oh, yeah, go click on the subscription button. Follow us like a village people. Like, share, follow us like a village people. Fast, I beg. And make sure you like and share this post. So they come back after this short break. Good evening, Nigeria. Welcome to Updates with Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside our country, Nigeria. It was a great show yesterday, and with the hope, say, that ginger, show for inside Osun State, that ginger will be say people bring up for Osun State. It don't bring a lot of excitement and hope to a lot of Nigerians to show, say, indeed, something that now this one, whether they say deal or deal no deal, whether deal happen or deal not happen. One thing is sure, when people come together, there is a little that the politicians want to see the rig election go feed. Oh yeah, click on the subscription button if not your first time to join us. Subscribe, like, and share this post, and make you follow us like your village people. But before I go straight to the big matters that we get today, the tradition of go inside the news, go bring on us some to read them, we share for inside news very quickly. So some to read them what we get. Adamawa man arraigned for stealing 26 pieces of women's underwear. And then El-Rufai files 10 billion naira suit against ICPC over family access. And most governors seeking re-election in 2027 will be disappointed. Kwankwaso, now they talk that one. And then Kebbi 2027 Governor Idris dumps deputy, picks Ibrahim Augie as running mate. And Osun Guba, we are studying election results, considering legal action. APC. Now they talk this one. So the Osun State chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC don't say if they study the result of the 2026 governorship election across the 332 wards for inside the state before deciding their next action. because then they consider legal action. So the party now talk this one for inside the statement we see them bring out today, and person who bring them out now their director of media and information, Kola Olabisi. This one because of as INEC used declare Oga Ademola Adeleke of their court party as the winner of the 2026 governorship election for Osun State. So the APC said that its leadership was examined. That is in leadership. The leadership, meaning say that the leadership for Osun State, but they cannot do that without the consent of the president, who has congratulated Adeleke. So what is going on? The president, for one hand, they congratulate, and the other hand, this people say they set trap with court for the other hand, so that in case you don't support me, court will come at you. What exactly is going on with that now? Waiting people to talk. So they say that they consider the APC leadership, they consider and they examine the results with a view to explore the constitutional windows available to challenge issues arising from the electoral process. They say we are currently studying the results of the governorship election in each of the 332 wards across the states with a view of exploring further the allowed constitutional window of opportunity in this regard. And so they talk. Now, the party noted that the electoral process extended beyond the declaration of results, stressing that legal avenues remained available to parties dissatisfied with aspects or some aspects of the election. He said, we are not unaware of the fact that election is a process which begins at the registration of voters through the primary election to the election proper, which extends to the tribunal, the appeal court, and terminates at the Supreme Court, and so they talk. So the APC said an election could not be regarded as concluded without parties having the opportunity to use their constitutional permitted legal mechanisms to address alleged irregularities. So the election never they complete if they no use everything will be their rights within the constitution to fight for within the things saying that their rights. Now, an election cannot be said to have been concluded without having explored all these constitutionally allowed legal opportunities to correct anomalies observed in the process of the election as enshrined in the Electoral Act 2026 as amended. What will be the anomalies will happen for election, and which party they in charge we appoint the INEC people who don't conduct that election where the anomalies happen? That now people they talk. So the APC said it remained committed to the rule of law, fairness, and justice, adding that it would consult its legal team before deciding whether to pursue further action under the Electoral Act. Now, we shall not hesitate without further delay to explore the window allowed by the extant Electoral Act after due consultation with the team of our lawyers. That's what they talk. So we are assuring them that we won't have any cause or reason to abandon, that they talk about their followers. So this particular thing where APC talk, don't make people complain where we say, why are they talk so on a go courts? Wait till they go court go do really? Election where everybody see koro what say happen, while others they talk say no, it is within their constitutional rights. They should be able to explore every opportunity to make sure say they get justice if they feel say there is need for justice. Now, Tambawa hails Adeleke's victory as triumph for democracy. Most governors seeking re-election, they go there very disappointed though. Now, why Pankoso they talk like this with in big chest? Now, ABC congratulates Osun Governorship Election victory. ADC said they congratulate Osun Goba, NGF, Nigerian Governors Forum congratulates Governor Adeleke on re-election for second term. And Osun people beat 16 governors, showed Tinubu it showed that Tinubu can be defeated before 2 p.m. in 2027. Isaac Fayeshina talked that one. Osun election, ADC's Najim Salam congratulates Adeleke, urges respect for people's mandate. So Najim don't congratulate, that means he don't wash his hand, come out like Pontius Pilate, himself no go court because everything done be okay. But let's go to other issues. Wike signs 26,272 certificates of occupancy under Tinubu. Magban alleges killing of Fulani headsman by suspected Irigwe militias in Plateau State. Magban, they say, hey, they don't kill their headsmen, no. So this one, when they don't do like this, no could they listen now for Plateau State. Before next thing now, we hear say, so people don't die, so people don't die. Meanwhile, as it gets to do with Sheikh Jingir matter, ENENCHE don't challenge government on population census to determine Lagos' largest region for Nigeria, or largest religion for Nigeria. Say, on a day be highest for number B, I challenge government, make una do a sincere census, make una how many we dey. I challenge on if I think so I get plenty number. Make on come on hand for Mago census, make we do sincere census, make we see Moku see person will be say people will get population pass. Now IPOB writes react as Israel advisor calls for Biafra freedom and to British influence in Nigeria. Women leaders seek more government support for farming, action on child trafficking, early marriage in Niger State. But make waka inside Vanguard, see in Vanguard. Get this evening. Adeleke's camp to Keyamo. There is no agreement with Tinubu. And so it talk. Say nothing like agreement. Shh, don't mistake it. Nothing happened. Nothing they like agreement at all at all. Ah. Okay, this one as Keyamo come as come talk say, congratulations, governor, you did the right thing. Agreement, agreement. People say which kind of agreement, agreement without where the agreements from come, where they go to. You know, see what Keyamo put up. Make I show you now, so that you can say thank you, Governor Ademola Adeleke, for the public and unequivocal endorsement of President Bola Ahmed. Why endorsement is so important? Adeleke, how many votes he get personally? By himself. Now you go telling people waiting they won't vote. Well, that's what you talk. For the unendorsement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, official bat for the 2027 presidential election. You are a man of integrity and honor. Agreement is agreement. Now, DNA be say the Adeleke campaign council can come out and say, nah, lie, yo, no agreement. They don't react to the matter, say no agreement. But Pelumi or I think Olajing Besi will be the spokesman of the Imole campaign council, can say he talked this one for Inside Sunday. This Sunday for a post he put up, insisting that the people of Osun State should be given credit for their governor's victory. And in the recent election, governorship election, so no agreement at all at all. He said the outcome of the election was a reflection of the people's resilience and choice, rather than the product of any political agreement. So say no be any agreement. That's what he talk. He say, do not undermine the resilience of Osun people. This is no agreement. Our support for Bola Ahmed Tinubu is based on his performance and reforms that have strengthened the states economically. Osun people voted Adeleke. President Tinubu simply ensured democracy rules were respected. And we seen a BC talk. And this one will be saying that they do this back and forth from inside Osun State. People don't they wonder say, what's actually be the real situation? Is this just a system or a calculated attempt to make sure, say, in case people want protest to make them know, say, there's already a deal where they go on and make them respect that deal? Because why exactly will people think that this was an agreement? That are waiting people to talk. But before I bring in my guests into the studio, and whilst we will still look at other things we do from inside the news, don't forget to like and share this post if this is the first time of joining us. Then make I quickly go bring you, like and share this post and subscribe to the platform. Make I quickly bring you the statement where Adeleke make when he be say he did thank the people of Osun State for voting for him. Now that statement now lead to this agreement matter. Listen to him first.
And growth under my renewed 5-point agenda. At this point, I must deeply appreciate Mr. President, His Excellency, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his strong support for a free and fair election. Mr. President is a son of Osun State, and I hereby reaffirmed my earlier endorsement of him for a second term in the 2027 presidential election.
So if you remember yesterday, while Davido did react to all the things that happened for the election, he had once said that Uncle would never support anybody again for presidency. Make we face our matter by ourselves. Because this that was at the moment when INEC stopped to upload results for IREV. For about 3-4 hours, they no upload results for IREV, and that one begin to make people boil. People begin to say what they happen. So at that point, the video said they no go support anybody again for presidency. So for Oga Ademola Adeleke to come and talk, say, the president here in what say na Osun son. So say and say they go support him. People are saying that it's only fair because your brother cannot be going for war and you not support another party and leave your brother who's actually going for the war. You know, good day nice at all. Say, or should people leave their own person, go support any other person for inside this election? Say that kind of thing, go make sense at all. While others they talk, say, not just political statement, not political statement. But here, now when it be say, Sean came a lawyer this evening for inside an exclusive way and get to Oga Ademola Adeleke, ask him that same question, and this night reaction we give. Take a listen.
We have to Osun State first. Yeah, Osun State first. There is a particular strong message in your speech earlier today, when you talked about your support for President Bola Tinubu, is your support for him simply personal and political, or was there an understanding connected in any way to these governorship contests? Was there any kind of agreement reached? Because Festus Keyamo was saying agreement is agreement. Did you reach any agreement with
No, I never reached agreement with Mr. President. No.
So your support is just
my support is just based on he's a Yoruba man and he's from the Southwest, and I believe that all the federal rules that he has started, I want to encourage him, not to forget, Southwest too, because all our federal road leads to other regions, So, and I feel like, well, since Yoruba man has won the first time, maybe we should give him another chance to develop his reform.
So you will go all out for President Tinubu in 2027?
Big time, I will.
Will you be able to work with the Oyebamijis, the Oyetolas, because they are in the APC?
Well, as long as it's I'm doing it for Mr. President. So I won't mind. I will work with them. And of course, whatever Mr. President, when it's time for him to campaign and all that, whatever how he wants me to come in, and I will do it. See, a lot of people, I don't play games. When I say, they don't call me talk and do for nothing. A lot of people feel like it's because of politics. Maybe I want him to support me. No, it is my work that people look on for them to support.
Well, you don't see part of a reaction to that statement. Well, this one, now as I talk to you right like this, people for inside Osun, they jubilate, not be small jubilation. In fact, some of them they even shout to the Ole. Now say waiting happen. Calm down, you guys. Why are you like this? That's it.
Tinubu!
So this is exactly the same Osun State people will go vote Tinubu and give them the number of votes we be saying go need to win the election. We're joining us from inside the studio now, Prince Francis Chilaka, the public affairs analyst. Good evening, Prince Francis, and thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Precious,
Sir?
how are you? How are you?
Fine, thank you. How about you, sir?
Well, I predicted yesterday that the dancing man was going to dance back to government
You
house.
did, and Professor Simeon also predicted that there is no way he won't win the election. And
Yes.
what gave you? What gave you that mind? Will make you think say it will happen like that?
Let me tell you something, I think people need to begin to look at it. One, a lot has gone wrong before the election. APC showed that they can no longer be trusted by the people, especially by the people of Osun State. Don't forget that for how many months now, the federal government has not released funds for local governments in Osun State. That's on one side. On the other hand, the impunity with which the EFCC froze the account of Osun State, showed that we were heading towards anarchy. Thirdly, if you check the number of governors, the number of ministers, the number of aides of the president that were in Osun State, you will now know that it is more like state capture. And so what was left for the people is to push them away, to throw them out, whether they like it or not. So for me, we should be more proud of the Osun people. And I hope that, the generality of Nigerians have learned something from what played out in Osun State. It's something everybody should learn from. And Governor Adeleke, point of correction now, should not take the people for granted. This comment about endorsement or no endorsement shouldn't even be coming up at this point in time. But I know it's politics. I know.
He did not
I
speak
know.
only about endorsement. He said he will go all out for the
I'm coming.
president.
Yes, I know. I know that all of that is also to ensure that go to court does not come up. I know that for sure. So he's doing everything humanly possible to ensure that nobody takes away his mandate. But he must be very careful. He must respect the wishes of the people of Osun State because they spoke loud and they know where they stand. So he should be very, very careful with the kind of utterances he makes so that he doesn't, lose the love the people have for him, the respect they have for him, and the regards they have for him. Then
But
if
sir,
you're
looking
talking
at it, okay, sir.
also talking about why I said Osun State that Governor Adeleke was going to win, it's also because with everything that has happened, I think the president was trying also to avoid this situation of people saying, "Oh, we are sliding into one party state," because it will not speak well. It will rather speak doom for the state. And as you know, the youths of the state were ready for a showdown. So these are factors that the government considered to ensure, and they decided that, look, hands off, let the right thing be done.
The Osun State people that you saw yesterday or that you experienced yesterday, they look like people who be say, they go really. I mean, these people, some of them who I show their videos now, they look like people who be say go come down, come say the person go fit dictate to them who to vote. Because these people then collect money, you know, see what they say that working or money enter gutter, I mean money enter bush. They collect 30, 50,000, so much heavy payment. When you had 16 state governors there. And then at the end of the day, they still vote their mind. So these people, they like people who be say, Adeleke go fit tell them say, vote
That,
so
that,
person.
that,
Make them
that
vote.
is why I said that Adeleke should not take the love of the people of Osun State for granted. They shouldn't do that. Because right now, I said to somebody this afternoon that where Nigeria is now in terms of leadership, if you have an election today, free and fair, the master strategies will be defeated.
But
And
where
that
do you
is the truth.
the election? That's the question. How do we ensure that free and fair election?
Well, there are two ways to ensure that it's free and fair election. One is for the police not to be biased. That is one. And two is for the people to come out and vote. The people need to come out and vote. There is no way people will come out and vote and somebody will be talking about rigging the election. Which polling booth are you going to use to rig the election? Those are questions. Which of the polling booths? So it's going to be something that the president, the people themselves must be ready to come out to exercise their franchise.
All right, Prince Francis Chilakas. So I say make I report some things we happen for inside that election, give it because yesterday I know this was showing people while some people they feel bad yesterday. This na video for some people. How did they feel about the election? So you can see people will go then dress up from Lagos, Abuja, go to support their candidates, and they were very sad. And and then see what Osun people they do today. They even fry a carousel. They give that APC woman leader. They call her
How far?
they see. Three akara. See, I say no be first time. And that one not even finished now. More things. The people just they talk. People just is it good this thing that we don't see this kind. When last you see this kind of jubilation, they make a let you react to the things and what they talk.
No, well, I mean it's expected. Two things that have played out is that the Osun people like their dancing governor. They appreciate the fact that he dances for them, he entertains them, he brings down their blood pressure. They appreciate that. They also know that their governor is working. He's been on the war front right from day one since he became a governor. Fighting a structure like they call it structure. Fighting a structure like the APC was not easy. So people will cry because a lot of people did betting. They put down their money to bet who will win and who will not win. So obviously people will cry. Those who lost out will cry. Those who won the betting will smile to the bank. So it's as simple as ABCD.
Now waiting make then go begin use person to sing. They come waiting they say Yetola do them for that thing when you talk there. I know here.
I don't know. No, election not finish. Anytime they want to talk now, better they talk.
Okay.
Election not finish.
Okay, but very importantly, or most importantly, this Osun State election, waiting it teach, waiting is supposed to teach us for Nigeria.
Well,
Especially
I think
to
the Osun State
election
has just brought to light, the limelight, the fact that when the people are united, they'll get what they want. Yes. When the people are united, they'll get what they want. And when we keep saying sovereignty belongs to the people, this is what it means, that sovereignty belongs to the people. The people have spoken loud. They know what they want. They've gone for what they want. And so Nigerians must be ready to take responsibility for those they voted to power.
Well, somebody just quickly put up something here. He said Osun people didn't necessarily vote for Adeleke. They voted against Tinubu's wicked policies and APC. The power of the people is greater than that of the people in power. Do you think that election is anything to do with Tinubu yesterday?
It doesn't matter whether they voted against APC or not. The point is that a party was voted, and that is a court party. And the candidate of a court party is the sitting governor.
Now, Osun State now get the highest number of people who don't register for PVC and we collect their PVC for this 2027 election generally. And that means it makes Osun State very important for inside this election because numbers we're going to come in from Osun State for general election would determine a lot. And considering, say, Adeleke na is a matter concerning the home state of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, how you think, say, the election, 2027 election will pan out with Adeleke support versus what the people feel want generally, and considering, say, a Southwest, the stronghold of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Well, when Adeleke, it's everything about the life, the genealogy, the family tree of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has remained a mystery. So for Osun people now, or for Governor Adeleke to begin to claim that it's from Osun State, has the governor himself, has Bola Ahmed Tinubu come out to tell you he's from Osun State? So you find out that, like I said, the governor is saying the things he's saying because he does not want the APC to go to court. It doesn't want to happen where number 4 became number 1.
To happen again.
To happen again.
All right, so moving on very quickly to other conversation. One also don't talk, say, this 2027 election, say a lot of governors here, they will be disappointed, especially those who come back to power. And they can't talk, say, they bothered about spare tire tag. When I like, I'm going to call on spare tire as vice president, say, they bothered about that tag. People are saying, wow, interesting. But moving on to other issues, Prince Francis Chilaka, let me just...
So before you, hold on.
Okay,
hold on. I think people have just been mischievous. People are being silly and very stupid. You know, it is totally wrong and unacceptable for anybody to call a running mate during presidential election to call the person any kind of name. It is totally wrong. So as far as we know, as far as I'm concerned, Kwakwanso, if you've listened to Peter Obi campaign, Kwakwanso may even have more responsibilities than he can chew. Because I foresee mutually and benefiting working relationship between Peter Obi and Alhaji Rabiu Kwakwanso. Yes.
All right. I know that there will be lots of questions from the crowd on the Osun State election because I get a lot of questions to ask you too, Amen. Especially considering the security, the federal might to be said and deploy. But we'll get to that conversation. Let's just move on to other issues. So moving on, Prince Francis Chilaka. Do you know that superstar Davido just they drag a whole serving senator up and down? Why? You know, Davido made a lot of tweets yesterday concerning the election. Quite a number of tweets where he say make concerning the election. And some of the tweets the way he make, just now so he sit down like this, he talk about his serving senator. People can say, Davido, what is happening? First of all, when they win the election, he post the win and say, see what he supposed to say, we did it. You understand? So he put that one. But that one did different too. Not be just that one where he say he put up. He can't. That yesterday, he been tweet something about, in fact, he been tweet, say, oh, Senator Godswill Akpabio don't call, the Senate President called them, made a stop collation. That was the time when INEC stopped to upload, temporarily stop the upload of results at a particular stage. So he can't talk that one at that time. But that wasn't even all. Then he can't put up this tweet. I think this, let me see, this is a tweet that's, okay. I'm coming. I'll get to the real tweets. So he now put up a tweet where he say he talk about one Oga Faleke will be senator. Talk say the senator. See I'm here. He say Honorable James Faleke stop putting pressure on INEC to change Osun election results. Respect the wishes of Osun people. We don't want Oyetola and Ambo. Guess what? Almost everything when they say when any gossip we be hear about the election, these people were tweeting back to back, both Davido and then the Adeleke campaign council. You did the time when they talk, say, oh, they won't declare the election inconclusive, and they were taking the tweet, they were tweeting back to back, and then they can't talk about the Akpabio, stopping the collation, then they tweet them, and the thing they get millions of views and reaction. And then they can't talk this one about Oga James Faleke. So today, Oga Faleke answered and come talk, say, I came to Osun to support my party's candidate, while you supported your uncle's party accord. INEC is a body party that can't be influenced by me or anyone else? You see, it's a sincere answer. And that says, I have never influenced or rigged before in his life. And he was being truthful to in God. He never rigged or influenced any election before. And he said, I don't plan to start now. Face your music while I face my politics. Now in this video, get my answer on this thing. He said, politics is not a career, get a job. Is it good? Is it
But
good
that's the truth.
that young boy Davido, they insult a whole sitting, an honorable senator, distinguished senator like that?
When an adult steps out of bound and begins to play with children, obviously he expects that children will pour sand on him and will not be able to beat them. It's unfortunate that we have a situation where election in a state, you have governors going into the state, you have senators, you have honorable members, all going into the state to support their candidate. What does that portend? What does that tell you? That simply tells you that a lot is wrong. And that is the truth. A lot is wrong. A lot went wrong in Osun State. But then a winner has been declared. And that the winner also happens to be the choice of the people. But the point is, yes, I believe that there is need to audit the election in Osun State. But in auditing, it will be audited in such a way that the results that come out of that audit can be used to prepare for the 2027 election.
All right, sir. So I say make I report the video to you because you know not Burnley and him and Shaware too. So and it did one thing which strike a lot of people. The fact that Davido was on top of the Osun State election. Do you think that his influence, I mean, the guest I had here yesterday said that Davido's influence would ensure that his uncle wins the election. So you think Davido influence the choice of Osun people in any way? And do you think that in 2027, if more prominent or influential Nigerians, especially the celebrities, go fit to put mouth for politics, say things will feel different?
Well, the truth of the matter is that you wouldn't have expected Davido to do anything less than what he has done. He is first an Adeleke before becoming a superstar. And you know, they say blood is thicker than water. So what do you expect? Do you expect that he will go and sleep and then tomorrow they call him a non-entity? He has done what he's supposed to do. He has every right to campaign for his uncle. He has every right, and he has exercised that right. It is only those who have lost the election that should be saying this kind of thing. But the truth is that the young man has done what he wants to do, and the election has been won, and everybody's happy.
Okay. So moving on now, APC governor left Osun. APC governors leave Osun in shame. If you see what's happening, in fact, Isaac Fahishan, I talk this one, say they leave Osun in shame. Do you know that when they were going, I don't want to play the video, it's very embarrassing. It's not good for distinguished governors. When the governors were leaving, that's what they do. That is what they do them. Prince Francis Chilaka, what thing good don't make the people decide to treat a whole honorable governors? What thing they call them again? His Excellencies like that. Do they understand that these people are number one men of their states?
Well, they are number one men of their state. They should go to their state and be number one. Once you leave your state, you're no longer number one. So as they're claiming to be the number one citizen of their states, why did they leave their states vacant? So they came to add another governor to their states. See, let me tell you, let me be very honest with you. Everyone that, especially those who organize the fire outbreak and everything, and everyone who supported APC during this election in Osun State, they need to go and check themselves very well.
All right, sir. So make we enter inside another matter because I would like this today's show to be very conversational. So I go feel release you and open the phone lines, make our people then go feel put mouth for the talk. So Pastor Paul Enenche, senior pastor of Dunamis International Gospel Center, he don't condemn recent remarks attributed to Islamic cleric Sheikh Jingir over the Muslim political ticket and his comments concerning infidels, unquote. Now, Enenche criticized the statements during his service in Dunamis International Gospel Center today, describing them as unacceptable and calling on the Nigerian government to take action against people who basically make comments who they capable of deepening religious tension for inside Nigeria. Now, recent reports on social media posts identify waiting Sheikh Jingir talk, and it double down on them. Till now, the president in attack, the waiting be that thing way, do me they call them attack, is it Nkita? I don't know. So yeah, that doesn't attack something we they call them. And then
Attack warriors.
okay. So
Data boys.
okay, okay. Yeah, so those attack people, including the president himself, have not responded. They yet to respond. At least a little word to say, no, we don't support this kind of religious extremism or this kind of religious statement, Nigeria and a secular state. The president, if I wasn't in me, say President Bola Tinubu never respond to this, or neither of the handlers don't respond to this. What's in mean? Because Oga Inenche don't talk plenty. Make I take a reaction on what the president's response could mean before I go straight to play the video of what Inenche talk. Prince Francis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I say go ahead. What does it mean that the president is yet to respond to an issue as important as this, where they capable of causing division for Nigeria? Till now, you never respond to them. Nobody for your hand will don't respond to them.
Precious, let's be honest. Give credit to who credit is due. Let's be honest and put the issues, where they should be and say the truth the way they are. If you remember, a few months back, a cleric declared, is it what they call it, is it Fatu or whatever, on the wife of the president. The government didn't arrest the cleric. The government never talked about it. The government simply pretended as if it does not exist. So when it happens and people don't get punished, it is bound to happen again. And this is what has happened the second time. Everybody keeps saying, oh, the presidency has not responded. Precious, where are your Christian followers? Where are they? You know that there's another cleric too that has come to say almost the same thing again. But then don't forget, these data boys who are mostly Christians were all busy attacking Bishop Cardinal Onaiko. So you find out that there's no equity and there is no love for Nigeria, so to say. We know that Nigeria was formed to stay together. And I don't know why our leaders are afraid that the country should actually break up. Because the Muslim clerics have, it's like a constant reminder. It's like a constant reminder to Christians that you guys are not wanted. So I'm happy that Paul Enenche has started to respond. I hope others too will look at the in-depth of the meaning of that statement. We should look at it because that statement has the capacity to create more mayhem that we're seeing. So the government should have taken the appropriate step, which is ensuring that that cleric is arrested. Now, he's not arrested. He's walking free, and he has made the comment. You can say you can wave it off with the wave of the hand, but the problem is still there. Because I know another Muslim cleric has come out to support him. And this is what I keep saying, this is how a country disintegrates. When you allow when you allow non-state actors to become more powerful than the state actors.
In fact, not just another cleric. There was something said by a Yoruba cleric where he only even did was so they say kill unbelievers. Here's another one who also said something similar just recently.
Musulmi ya shugabance ni na ci ganye shine mafi alkhairi a gare ni da kafiri ya shugabance ni kullum na rinka cin naman kaza. In ka duba alwala wal bara.
Like he would rather feature grass for a Muslim person leadership than to allow somebody else rule and make you enjoy chicken.
Don't use the word somebody else. If you're quoting somebody, pressure, quote him with the way he said. He said to allow an infidel.
Yeah.
And you see, that's why I keep saying that people who make these utterances, they don't seem to look beyond their nose. They don't know the consequences that statement will cause. So people have become so how do I put it? People have become so confused right now in Nigeria that they don't even know how to use words. They don't know. They don't know the effect it will have on the generality of Nigerians.
All right, sir, because this conversation is headed somewhere, there are more reactions to it. But before that, maybe we'll quickly go take the reaction of Pastor Enenche to waiting Jingir talk. Take a listen to him.
I was away for the crusade this week past, and I heard that a frenzy was going on where I think an insane man came up to say that Christianity is subordinate to any other religion in this country. It takes insanity. It takes insanity, mental dementia, senile dementia, either insanity or criminality or both. Either in the prison or in the asylum. That is where such people belong. Either in the prison or in a mental home. To say that Christians are secondary to any other religion, the Lord rebuke you and your devils. Christianity is not secondary, and no group of religious fanatics will ever make it secondary. Not you, not any political group of people will ever make Christianity secondary to any. If you have sense, take a look around. There is no part of Nigeria where Christians don't exist en masse. Every part of Nigeria, whether it's Sokoto or Maiduguri or Yobe, en masse. For a demon-possessed agent of darkness, God rebuke you, rebuke every devil that spoke to you, and rebuke everything you represent. Nobody should take the church in this nation for granted. Don't take the church for granted. Don't take the church for granted. It's a warning to every one of you who think that the church can be taken for granted. If you think you are superior, why didn't you people allow censors all this while? Credible censors. And if you want to settle this, okay, do it in census. Let everybody tell what they believe in. Then you will be shocked that where you think you come from, there are Christians that are almost dominating in that place. And this is the time for nobody to cower under any pretense. We are agents of the devil. They are not tired of bloodshed. They are not tired of destroying the nation. Ask yourself, the speaker, what have you contributed in the development of a nation like this? What positive thing have you made in this nation other than talking garbage and bloodshed and inciting violence? Shame on you and everything you represent. Nobody should take the body of Christ for granted. Whoever, we have kept quiet and calm for a long time, but in the name of Jesus, the Lord rebuke you. The Lord rebuke you. What is in your mind, what you said and what you think has never happened and will never happen. Has never happened, will never happen. We are here And we are here for a very long time. Some of these people need to be taken to psychiatric homes. Let them do mental state evaluation for them. Because age didn't translate to anything. Talk garbage to millions of people in this nation who subscribe to the faith of Jesus Christ, and millions around the world, and you think you will take us for a ride. You are just a mad devil. It is time for anybody who knows those kind of people to call them to order, and call them to order. And I blame security forces for allowing people to make reckless and useless statements. You allow them still moving on the road. Allow them still moving. Now, don't knowing that such a statement can incite instant violence. That's a man to be quarantined so his mentality can be corrected. Himself and his type. People are messing up and destroying the nation. They are walking free of charge and they are talking and they are saying so and so. For what? Who is he? Who is he? And who are his type? All you need to know is find out what contribution such devil agents have made to the country. One contribution. Zero. Liabilities. Generational burdens. Blood-sucking challenges.
Something specifically we mentioned now, the issue of census. Say if people think, say a particular religion thinks that them plenty from number pass, they should not try to manipulate the census. They should allow for a free and credible census in the country. Would you like to, perhaps jumping in for waiting and talk a little bit before I go to
I totally agree with him. I totally agree that we need to organize a census in Nigeria because it's long overdue. We need to really even know how many we are. We can't keep relying on figures churned out by United Nations and other foreign nationals. They are the ones telling us that Nigeria is 230 million, 240 million. But we need to count ourselves. And it's very, very important, and it needs to be done. It helps government to plan for development. Yeah, because you now know that, okay, in this local government, there are 50 people. I'm taking 10 from there to reduce the number to 40. Here, there are 5. I'm adding this 10. And so at the end of the day, it's distribution. Census allows for proper distribution of wealth. And so anybody who is not speaking for census in 2026 to 2027 does not understand what Nigeria is going to go through. So I totally agree with him. There is room for census, and the available time is now.
So there is also something a Catholic bishop Honor talk where people don't react to say, why you make that kind of statements? Make a plan to you may see it.
Jesus courageously and happily went into Jerusalem to embrace his mission and his destiny, because the hour had come. Now the hour has come for all Christians and all persons of goodwill in Nigeria to stand up, walk into the society and the various aspects of governance and life in Nigeria, and embrace our mission and our destiny for a better Nigeria. We should not allow ourselves to be led sheepishly by some selfish, bigoted, corrupt, religious and political leaders who will ignore our wish and impose on us injustice and perpetration of corruption. While we are preparing for election, let us all rise, register to vote, come out to vote, protect our votes, and choose our leaders. These evil men are now busy meeting, and they are already planning which Barabbas, a corrupt thief like themselves, to impose on us through INEC Pilate. We must resist this. We want an honest, hard-working Nigerian who has shown capacity for governance and transparency, irrespective of where he is coming from, and support him to lead us. We reject Barabbas. We choose Jesus. We reject corrupt leaders. We choose honest men and women. This is the time. Whether there are caucuses or caucuses or caucuses, and whether there are stakeholders, we know they are corrupt, selfish, evil men. Most of them. If you say you are not one of them, and you find yourself there, be a Joseph of Arimathea and speak out. Nigerians have suffered enough. We have suffered enough. And the time for real change is now. Our destiny is in our hands. And nobody can claim or pretend not to be concerned. God is still with us. He needs us to go into the city. He needs us to go into the streets. He needs us to transform our lives.
All right, so Prince Francis Chilaka, let me let you react, because people don't react to waiting Bishop Honor talk or say how you go make that kind of statement because of saying a Muslim ticket. They try subtly push Christians. People don't talk a lot of things and give a lot of interpretation to it.
Well, whatever interpretation they're giving it, they're entitled to their opinion. But APC government should learn. They should have learned, coming from 2023 to date, they should have learned that the one thing the Nigerian people don't joke with is their religion. They joke with every other thing, but they don't joke with it. You know. So, and for when the Sheikh started this journey, nobody called him to order, not the federal government, not even those who have to go for surgery after speaking with Al Jazeera and all of that. They didn't see the need. They didn't see the need to go for surgery.
Somebody go surgery, sir.
Yes. They haven't spoken since then. So, this is where the problem lies. The problem lies with the fact that two people are riding a bike and they have to cross a bridge, very tiny bridge. You make any mistake, you fall into the river. And now these two people are riding the bike, they are going slowly, and you, from nowhere, you just came, oh, there's a problem with the bike, one of the bikes. You remove the connecting rod, holding the steering of the bike, and you pretend you didn't do anything because you already have somebody else you want to take it. So, the APC government should be very careful. They should understand the intricacies of this not Muslim ticket. Because like we say, according to the obnoxious 1999 constitution, Nigeria is a secular state. So in that secularism, you don't need Christian, you don't need Muslim, you don't even need traditional worshippers.
All right, sir.
So the bishop has spoken well, and I'm sure he has spoken the minds of a lot of Nigerians. Because one thing with Nigeria is that when somebody says something or does something, and everybody keep mute, over time, it's like the thing vanishes. But we must be at it. there is need for that Sheikh and every other person that has supported him to be held by the DSS and locked up.
All right. Thank you, sir. Make I just quickly give a few updates before I drop the mic. Osun Decide 2026. The election is not over. Let's meet in court. Tinubu's APC, of course, I told you this. Osun Decide 2026. Protect your votes. Peter Obi urges Nigerian youths to remain vigilant ahead of 2027. And then Alliance will unite Nigeria. Rabi Musa Kwankwaso declares so and says OK ticket leads credibility and capacity and unity. And then, Osun residents escort vote-loaded vehicle to coalition center. They no grill, they follow them well. Okay, so just a few of all of those things and more. Maybe say they happen for Nigeria. I just thought to call Nigerians' attention to it. So phone lines are open. Please do what to just join the conversation. Click on the link on the page post. It'll bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. Or you call the WhatsApp number that is also in that pin post, and to bring you straight into the studio. Good evening, T.Y. Danjuma. Good evening, Mr. CJ. Good evening. Hello, and welcome.
Social workers.
Hello, Precious.
Good evening,
Sir. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Precious. Good evening.
Good evening, and welcome.
Prince
Good
Okay, so T.Y. Who they make noise for background? T.Y. Danjuma, are you? You want to shoot first? Or you want somebody else to go?
Okay. Yeah, make I just first of all congratulate Osun people, because in spite of the monetization.
Monetization?
Hey,
Social media.
the 50-50K where the 50-50K where they give them.
Hey.
Plus the mudu of rice. Plus the bread and everything.
The branded bread. And you know, that bread we talk, say the bread and the rice now food will be saved, they chop them for 4 years, they no go hungry.
They no go hungry.
So they
collect all those in clean mouth. Can't go to APC Pepe. I get video when I see where D7 they cry.
D7.
I see D7 where they cry.
That disgraced governor of Edo State. That disgraced governor of Edo State.
Calm down. I don't know what people are talking about.
That disgraced governor of Edo State.
So, Akpabio himself, be like, I don't know, be like say the sickness don't come back. He nearly collapsed. You know, say be like say sometimes go use walking stick. They waka. They go, they look for trouble. You don't come off for Natasha Wahala. It's go enter inside another
I've been
one.
One report Natasha to T. I've been one report Natasha. The Prince Francis Chilaka. I have evidence against Natasha Kotudan. Let me report that to you. Do you know that one social media influencer Tunde Ednot post for inside in Instagram? Now somebody call onto my attention. He posts on Instagram talks how it be say Osun people will do to the politicians where they go back. Ooh, all of those people will go back in their convoy. Natasha can't go put laughing emoji for the comment section. People come begin comments on that. They say we see your laugh. Why she go laugh when it be say governors that they go back and they boo them? That now
is she not a Nigerian? Why can't she laugh?
Doesn't she have a right
to laugh? She's not a Nigerian. She has every right to laugh.
No chop me and a small question I asked now. I no reach to attack.
She has the right to laugh. The whole action of the governors is laughing. The governors themselves, are they not ashamed? Are they not ashamed?
Sir?
Over 22 governors.
So I say only 16, they say go there.
22 governors.
Plus the one, plus APC officials, plus Senate president, plus CP.
If it was indeed
28 of them.
If it was indeed why did they need all of those people if not
plus Tinubu spirit as well? Tinubu spirit was in Osun.
No, that's what you see. Instead of APC, instead of APC go say we are sorry.
Like Tinubu was there in spirit. You know that? Did you see him?
No, it was not spirit though. It was there alive.
Oh, there you go.
T.Y. Danjuma, please. Those governors in a state society, those governors, are they not supposed to be sanctioned? What are they doing in a state where they are not resident? They don't live in that state. They don't have any business to be in that state. Those elections were supposed to be made for the people that live in that state, people that are resident in that state. Please, you guys should correct me if I'm wrong. by
but
going there, intimidating the people, are they not meant to be sanctioned? Are they not
no,
supposed to
but
sanction those people?
did you sanction them when they went to Edo State, to your state? Did you sanction them when they went to Ekiti? You see, Osun
It's
people,
all of them included. So because all this is a total mess. It's a disgrace.
you know,
That's how Agbero works. Agbero that's how it works. They go in group, right?
you see,
Agbero goes in group. That's how it works.
there's a lesson here, and I think that's what is even more important to me. That they go gather according to scripture, they go gather, but they scatter. The Lord go scatter them. All the weapons where they carry.
Pastor TY, go on,
Yes,
preacher.
sir. There is no off-season or off-cycle election that has been so militarized, that has been so monetized than this one. They thought they had it in the bag. They brought everything that is possible to bring. They said that all politics is fair. They said that they will wrestle. They will wrestle everybody. Oga Patapata say he will wrestle everybody till the kingdom come. He said he suffer. He was telling Prince Adebayo, he suffer before he got what he got. You people should go and suffer too. I think God is beginning to show APC, if they don't mend their ways, saying na God, that
So you
the
think
voice
this
of the
election
people,
prove anything, really?
the voice of the people is the voice of God. It's not that the election was free and fair, it was rigged. Still, in spite of the rigging, the people stood, they were resilient, they proved to APC, they followed them, go to INEC. At some point, they had to withdraw the police and soldiers when they say, boy, this thing not be. I mean,
And
look at
Davido raised the alarm. He was raising alarm every second.
Yeah. Look at all they did. First of all, you held on to their allocations, to the local government, to the state. You arrested people, Accord members. You took them to Abuja. Then you threatened one 70-year-old man. I'm sure he's more than 70 because these people are fond of telling lies about their age. He threatened, made a kill, Accord people, made a kill their families and so on and so forth. When they catch an eye, begin deny, say AI. All those things where they do, they fail. Now they're trying to give excuse. Say, no, the president is a Democrat. It's a lie.
Okay,
it's
so
a lie.
I'd like to know if you have any of you have a question for Prince Francis Chilaka before we release him, because he needs to go. But Prince Francis Chilaka,
yes, I've got something to ask.
Before they ask you that question, there was something that happened during the election. Now wait till Danjuma don't talk this one. He remind us waiting a bit say Father Hunsi talk. When he say when they kill everybody, and most times we see a lot of threats by the APC people say anybody will not go vote for APC, may them not come, may they not even reach this polling unit, may they not do this, may they not do that. And one thing we will notice, we say, despite all of that threats, the person way the people of Osun want still win the election, waiting down on me. And then that threat, what should we say? Because that means we will see more threats for inside 2027 election. Remember that the same threat played out in Lagos State, specifically in the 2023 election, when they actually put things surface, and then when people come out for election day, they tell them, say, if you're not voting for APC, go, don't even bother. And now it happened for, but Osun people defer that and still make sure they get to go ahead with the election. What's in the main? And
Precious, I get question for Prince.
Go ahead.
Prince, I beg. I want to make you look at this thing. You see, in Osun, you had Jackson Chinedu run for election. And they had whipped up this kind of sentiment like they did in Lagos. They thought that if they can use the Lagos strategy, where they ganged up against a particular Chinedu and they imported it in Osun. In your own estimation, in your own opinion, I want you, why are we always like this? When he ran for senator, it wasn't Chinedu. When he ran for the first time for governor, he no be Chinedu. When his brother ran, late Isiaka, it wasn't Chinedu. Yes, but now, in their desperation to capture that state, the man becomes Chinedu. I want you to react on that.
Well, if you want me to react on it, it simply shows you how tribalism is tearing Nigeria apart. Before now, we didn't have this kind of situation. Before now, you can travel from here to the north, travel to the east, even if you're not doing business, just to have a feel of what the environment looks like. But unfortunately, the politicians have come up with this whole thing of tribalism, and it is eating deep into the fabric of the nation. So anyhow they bring it, but I just know that what has played out in Osun State is a message to Nigeria and the larger society, and that is when the people are ready, they know what to do. Osun people are ready, and they've done what they're supposed to do. So let other ethnic groups in Nigeria be ready and do what they want to do. Nigeria will be a better place.
Okay. So CJ, you have a question. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, a couple of questions for Prince Chilaka. First one is, this caught my attention during the day when I was going through a few videos. I saw the federal government to date they are withholding Osun State allocation. What I mean, it's up to 202 billion from my calculation, from what they're saying, alleging, and that triggered Governor Adeleke still throwing his support behind Tinubu. And people are going mad and on social media saying all manner of things. Why would he support him after everything he's been through? My question is, does the federal government have constitutional right to withhold allocation for any state? Do they have that power? And if they do, why do we have National Assembly? Why did they allow it?
Yes, when you have a National Assembly that is vibrant, that is people-oriented, that is ready to be accountable, issues like this will be addressed. But as it is right now, nobody. It's part of the problem of where we keep saying that the country has been divided, and those who have divided the country are the ones oppressing the poor masses. Rather than the poor masses to go and tell them, please stop, the poor masses themselves are going to fight the poorer masses. So you have a country where a country of 230 million or whatever, you have 70% of that in multidimensional poverty. And so you can see that the poverty we have in Nigeria is more like institutionalized poverty. And with that, it becomes difficult for us to be able to say, this is a solution to it. Because the leaders have divided the country in such a way that tomorrow, you put an Igbo man there, if he's not broad-minded, if he's not a patriot, he will also want to do what the former Buhari did, what President Mohammed did, which is not helping us. So yes, we as ourselves, we the people, I think we need to wake up from our slumber and talk to ourselves and tell ourselves, look, it is high time for us to stop allowing people in government to use us. Because they don't use us because they have a solution. They use us because of what they want to benefit themselves. The largesse that comes with being in power.
All right. Any more questions, CJ, before I fire on my
question?
question?
The second question is, today, this is from my sources over here in the UK, saying that what happened in Osun State is a smoke screen. And we should not be carried away. We should not be allow this to kind of detract from what's the secret plan behind what's that's going to happen in 2027. That Tinubu kind of felt the international pressure and then allowed things to take its natural course in Osun State. But in 2027, he will unleash his machines and his bulldozers to get his way. That Nigerians should double down. If what happened on Tuesday was 5%, Nigerians should make it 100%. If the opposition will stand a chance of defeating Tinubu, because he will unleash his machines when the stake is so high. What do you think about that? Is there a fact?
All right. So just to be clear with your question, these machines when going to unleash, meaning say even if the people come together, the Osun people come together, be resilient. the machines when go unleash, go do, go forget about the people. And
yeah, but if you
the same international
it's a good
attraction.
question you ask. You know what didn't happen in Osun State? Interestingly, at some point the police and army and everything disappeared in the middle of the election. They were withdrawn, right? So that, if you look at that, the presence of the people went after against talks against the real people of Osun State. They were willing to fight it out. But what people are saying, my sources are saying, is that military power, police power, all the security agencies will be used. They will unleash them on Nigerians in 2027 to have their way. And that's why I'm asking Prince Chilaka to react, to say, what do you think? Because that didn't happen in Osun State. That could be his way, just to get his way, just to kind of soften. The way you give a child a little bit of chocolate before you smack the child. I think that's what's happening in Osun State. I don't know what you think about that.
Well, in 2027, you won't have, you won't have 27 governors in one state. Every governor will be in their state trying to ensure that they deliver their state to either their own party that is a ruling party or to any other party they choose to support. So it's if with all the personnel, arsenals unleashed in Osun State, and they still could not take it because the people said, no, we want this man to remain. Then if he unleashes it in 2027, it will go nowhere because the number would have been reduced. And then even himself will be looking for security for himself. So for me, 2027 is going to be a different ball game.
All right, sir.
Okay.
So very quickly, let me let you respond to a few things very quickly. Before I go to a case we get to do it, but may respond. Make I show you a video of Adeleke that got emotional when Ibise on a FaceTime call with nephew Davido. He cried. They tell him, say, come and give me a hug. Try and come and give me a hug. But David promised him.
That's Excellency on phone with Davido.
Hey, come and give me a hug. Come and give me a hug. Thank you. All right, baby.
Love you, David, man. Really appreciate you, man. Love you, man. Thank you so much. Everybody,
he really got very emotional for him to be sobbing. Oh, a governor, a whole governor. And then
Precious, you need to tell you the truth. You need to understand that if you look at the arsenal, let me use what if you look at the arsenal that was launched in Osun State.
Yeah, was arsenal?
Of course, what you had that was supposed to happen in Osun State was state capture. Why would you send 22 governors to a state over a state election?
But they said it's a deal now. They talk saying a deal now. Maybe they say a deal now they get.
And you want to believe that rubbish?
They went for a dinner, Prince Chilaka. They went for a dinner.
So all the governors in the state, they don't have anything to do there in their states. Don't forget that some of them have been there since Thursday.
They went for a dinner, Prince Chilaka.
Oh,
dinner.
Okay. We have to learn that kind of dinner. Because I don't know what there is no excuse for the number of governors, even the Senate president.
They have no work.
Even ministers. So they were all they became insolvent that period. So they all moved. And you're telling me that
is what they were doing there. The question is what they were doing there. What was their job? They have no vote. They're not.
Their job was to go and intimidate the people of Osun State. But unfortunately, the people said a lie. We take Gidigba. We deal with our dancing governor. So that's just it. It has nothing to. Anybody would have been emotional. Anybody would have been emotional because, we were even thinking that they were going to, cancel the election and, suspend the election and all of that. But as God will have it, they couldn't do that as well.
Precious, can I come in? Let me put a question to Priscilla. Is it
All right,
okay?
be quick because I have more questions. Just go ahead so that
Okay.
we need to release
Okay.
him.
Priscilla, my questions still go to what I put to Tiwa Danjuma. Normally, in this election, in the first place, are these governors, are they supposed to be in that state? That's the one. Because for me, I feel that they are not resident in that state. They have their own state which they are meant to govern. What are they doing there? Why would they go and gather in that state during the election eve? What are they doing there? They do not have address there. They do not have anything there. What are they doing there? And why would they be there?
Well, like I said earlier, the governors went there for a tea party. And then to support their party's candidate. It was all about it was all about party. So the whole idea they went there is to ensure that their candidate, the APC candidate, was declared the winner of the election. So that they can, don't forget, we have a president that enjoys psychophancy. So they can go and be rejoicing with Mr. President and say, we have delivered the state to you. We have delivered the state to you. But when they got there, what they saw was more than what they bargained for. Because you cannot tell me that because of election, there is no movement, and yet somebody is moving around with police and siren. That is intimidation and nothing else.
And again, you see the Edo State governor, the Edo State governor as well. That went there. You saw the rubbish, the nonsense that was coming, the disgrace, I don't know, let me just the rubbish that was coming out from that man's mouth. That's D7, the rubbish that was coming out from him. And there was other two, I don't know, because there was the video I came across.
Make your statements without being insulting, please. Don't do that.
It's all right, it's all right. And there were other two charlatans that went that I saw on that video. They were threatening the DAVIDO as well and all that. That normally go with that those state governor. There was other two young guys that come.
Because one of them should be his hype man. Go ahead. He has a hype man.
Yeah, I don't know. You know the rubbish. Normally those words, those insightful words that was coming out from those guys' mouth. In a normal stage, were they supposed to be bringing out those words out?
Well, let me say this with all sense of responsibility. Our politicians are the ones demarketing this country. Our politicians are the ones, drumming the drum of war. They're the ones calling for disintegration of this country, in a very subtle manner. But they pretend they don't know what they're doing. They are the ones. So it is shameful that those who we have selected as the leaders, don't even have what it takes to be leadership at all. They don't understand what leadership is. So Nigerians are being re-enslaved a second time, not by the whites, but by Nigerians themselves.
So very quickly, make I quickly show you the second video of Oga Obasanjo visiting the governor to congratulate him, and then I take a reaction before I play the next one. So Obasanjo went to his house in Osun State to visit him. So I mean, people don't talk say if it's a state government win re-election, Obasanjo no go visit him to congratulate him. Why did he have to visit Adeleke to congratulate him?
You see, Precious, you need to understand that. as a run-up to the 2027 election, President Obasanjo has been more visible with opposition. I'm sure you know that. Unlike in 2023, it wasn't this visible, it wasn't this outspoken. It was just doing opposition from the dark side, from the back end. But here, he's doing opposition from the front. And at his age and all of that, and experience, you need to give that to him. So I think he's gotten the message of what happened in 2023, and he understands that the best option for 2027 is to come out. If you want to be in the opposition, come out and let people know that you are with the opposition.
That's it, because I'm wondering, and especially as people don't accuse Obasanjo or don't allege, say, Naim be the spearhead for the Obi Kwankwaso tickets, and Naim they push Obi, and then he's going to congratulate Adeleke, who has vowed to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because, for the singular reason, saying the Yoruba man, they're making a supporter. Not that
if you're taking that to heart, you don't understand politics. A lot can go wrong in 24 hours. A lot can go right in 24 hours. That is politics.
Okay, sir. All right. So moving on very quickly before I release it, there's something that Bajabiamila talk for inside the event when go for abroad. And these don't get Nigerians talking. I think that was in the United Kingdom where you say make that statement. Make I take your opinion. Basically speaking to Nigerians in the diaspora on the need not to demarket the country. Let's see.
As our democracy enters another season of political contest, we must remember that campaigns are seasonal, but citizenship is permanent. Elections will produce winners and losers. Nigeria must always win. Political parties may oppose one another, and citizens may disagree profoundly with the government. That is democracy. But political activity must never become a permanent veto on governance or an excuse to work against the country itself. No disappointment with an administration, no loyalty to a political figure, and no partisan ambition justifies lending one's name, platform, network, or resources to those who project instability, economic sabotage, or the deliberate impoverishment of the Nigerian people. Chaos has no partisan address, and its first victims are always people with low incomes. You do not have to agree with every policy to defend it. Nigeria's peace, institutions, and economic future is just too important. You may oppose a government. You must never wish the country to fail merely to prove your political rights. I have had the privilege of serving President Tinubu at close quarters. I have seen a leader prepared to spend political capital to rebuild Nigeria's economic capital. A president willing to absorb criticism for decisions he believes future generations will vindicate. And a man who does not claim infallibility, but accepts responsibility. He listens, he adjusts where evidence requires it, but he will not surrender Nigeria's future to the politics of postponement. The choice between Nigeria is not between reform and an imaginary world without hardship. It is between completing a difficult recovery and returning to arrangements whose comfort was purchased by hidden costs, weak production, and dwindling national capacity. President Tinubu's argument is not that all is well. He argues that the foundations is being prepared, the economy is responding, and the work must be consolidated until ordinary Nigerians feel the full benefit. That is the partnership he asks of you. Let this conference not be measured only by speeches, applause, or a final communique. Let it be measured
let me stop it here
by
because of time,
commitments.
Prince Francis Chilaka. Would you like to react to some of the things he spoke on for inside that, please?
Well, we in Nigeria, we're used to rhetorics, we're used to speeches that don't mean anything. If this was the speech he wanted to give in Nigeria, why leave the shores of Nigeria in the first place?
He attended an event. He was attending an event.
Well, if you attended an event he attended, it's very obvious that you prepared for that event.
Chief Chilaka, Prince Chilaka, you know be better person at all. You know.
On that, no be better person notes, Prince Chilaka. Let me release you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now my chief of staff, now you just take draw for ground like this.
The problem with a lot of them. The problem with a lot of Nigerian politicians is when they go to the public, they speak all the English in the world. Or when it comes to practicality,
Prince, he's speaking to us. Maybe he thinks we don't know what way they happen for Nigeria. He thinks we daft. We don't know what they happen. Make you tell him, help me tell him, now your friend. Tell him, say we go stop our remittance to Nigeria.
You say, good night. You don't run. Good night, sir. Thank you so much. All right, Nigeria's phone lines are still open. Let's get so, guys. Let me take your thoughts on everything we said happened for inside Nigeria, from the Adeleke's drama to what Kwankwaso said and promised about to be on Kwankwaso ticket, to Obasanjo, to Tinubu's congratulatory message to Adeleke, and then to all that is happening. Go ahead, please. Who wants to shoot first? When Mr. Ken, I thought he was here.
Am I free to go?
Yes, you can. You can go ahead.
Okay. For me, I don't want to say I'm pissed with Adeleke for your first, after your victory, the first press conference you could make is to be telling the same people that sacrifice themselves to make sure you win the election, is to say you are endorsing the bullies. You are endorsing them. That's why sometimes I ask myself, this kind of tribalism or what the kind of old politics or whatever they think they are playing. Because I call this disgraced. Because I think so far the records the police showed, according to the police record, said about 30 people died. About 30 people died leading up to this election. So those people that lost their life now, the same people that make it so difficult for that election to go peacefully, and you were bold enough after your first press conference, you're telling those same people that you are endorsing the people that is making life harder for them. I don't know if they are playing games or what kind of games they are up to. I don't know, but for the other side again, I still when I had a rethink about these whole things, I said, okay, he himself is just one person, but I don't believe that.
Hello, calm down. Koniman die, Koniman bury him. They are all playing politics. They are all playing politics. Forget about that thing. They are playing politics. Not the two you like to hear be that. Not the two you like to hear be that. I should be don't tell and say, actually, I say I go support you. Why are you still troubling me? They know what they are doing. They know the game where they play. But the only thing where I know is say, if they did not mean to take that state, they would not deploy the kind of arsenal like a Prince Chilaka. They would not. There's no state where they deploy the kind of thing where they deploy. Go Osun. None. Whether na money, whether na security agencies, so whether na the politicians, so none. And they wear uniform because they were ready to celebrate. They thought they had it in the bag. But God passed all of them. The Osun people must be congratulated. You know, the election wasn't free and fair. It wasn't. It wasn't free and fair.
So what do you think, say, the APC they try to achieve with this idea of there was a deal that was struck kind of thing? Is it, what do you think they're trying to achieve?
I knew it. I knew they are going to say it. You know, they should go and bury their
So
head.
are they saying that without a deal, the Osun people could not have?
That's a lie. That's an insult on Osun people. They give them a bloody. Look at how the people chase them now. They chase them everywhere. You know how many people went to INEC? You see the crowd will go. They were afraid. These people, they can break the gate and come inside there and destroy the whole place. They were too much. They were shooting. They were if Ijibo, they were shooting. There was a ward where they were shooting. People stayed. They stayed. They caught some of those people who carry gun, who can't shoot. They caught some of those people who can't. They give out money. They take the money from them. So they were overwhelmed. They didn't think that they're going to get this kind of resistance. They thought that their money, their bread.
So why did Keyamo from nowhere just think about this tweet and tweeted it and said agreement is what do you think he intends to achieve with it?
No, annoying me. They talk about better person. They talk. Is it not the same person that was criticizing Tinubu when he was in Ganifa or Miss Chambers? You are talking of people who are in the same class as Stomach Infrastructure, Boala and you know, his mates. Yeah, you talking like that. Is that not the person who came out to say that the president is so intelligent? That's why he didn't go to primary school. He didn't go to this thing. That the people who are intelligent, they used to write exam in their home. I mean, look at Keyamo when he was opposing APC, and look at Keyamo now. Look at his cheek. Look at his belly. He don't buy house for UK and for US. His family is there. He don't. He's a disappointment. He's a big disappointment. People were looking up to him. Gani don't die now. If Gani is alive, will he be doing this nonsense? Don't use those people as an example, Joe. Don't. These are not people that you use as an example. This was somebody who was attacking Femi Fani-Kayode in a television show. Femi Fani-Kayode was vibrating. He did tell Fani, calm down. You are speaking. I know you are speaking for calm down. This is the same man now. Where you see him now, this thing will come and go. You go see all of them. Now, time they expose all of them. They begin to see all of them the way they are. That they're really not interested in this. All they are interested in is waiting to enter their pocket. And it's a shame.
Yeah, you see, thank you for your response as well. Because for me, I feel the timing matters alone as well. Timing matters. You don't even need to, because he has no reason. For me, I still maintain it. He has no reason to come out and say that. To even say it in his first speech. He's not even supposed to say it in the first place. So that's for that. We'll go back again and talk about this other guy, this cleric that is calling the Christians the infidels, which for me, I'm still expecting more of the Christian leaders to come out and criticize it and call on the government to take action against that clerics, because I think I understand, like you were saying, that there are three now that have joined that same. There are three of them now that have joined the same cleric now, saying those things now to the Christians in the country. Because this whole thing, and the government now, up to now, the government have not said anything about it or condemned anything or put out a statement regarding it. They've not done anything about it. So that is why I will say again that Nigerians, because like what has happened in Oshuna as well, what we've seen happen in Oshuna, that it has also proved to us now that yes, Nigerians can take their country back. We can't take the country back from these few people that are causing this havoc in the country. Because this whole thing now is becoming, because we just need to stand and demand for what belongs to us. Because these people cannot continue to undermine Nigerians and calling Nigerians as if Nigerians are nobody. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Please, I still need more of these leaders, more of the Christian leaders to come out and condemn these people and condemn those clerics as well. I need more of them because it's only few of them we've seen now saying something about it. The rest are still mute. So that is all I will say for now. I hear the mic.
Precious, again, we have to put things in context. Aribeshola was a governor under APC. He was not paying the people's salary.
Yes.
He was owing them.
Owing them, yes.
Oyetola
paid half.
Came in. He was paying half. How do you think the people are daft? You think the workers are daft? And then Jackson came and he was paying them their salaries. I mean, just common sense.
So beyond that, there are rumors that Keyamo's post was deliberate to demoralize Nigerians, made them know they've fired up, thinking, saying there's a possibility to win Tinubu in the election. You know, most of the APC politicians, they always talk and say, yeah, Tinubu is not a small fry, it's not somebody you can win, it's not somebody you can win. So people, they talk, say, waiting Keyamo talk, say, it did deliberate to discourage Nigerians, because Nigerians are feeling a bit fired up right now because of the outcome of the election, with a bit of window, say, at least window done this, that means they go fit defeat Tinubu. So they say in statement, they deliberate to demoralize Nigerians so that they no go think like that, so that perhaps the APC people go fit continue with waiting they plan to do for 2027. That's
Precious, you're correct.
That's the kite that they're flying now. Even on this platform, you have people who are flying. No, Tinubu just withdraw. Tinubu, there was a negotiation. There was no negotiation. They were beating hands down. And when they say this battle, say, you know.
So if they were beating hands down,
yes.
Why on a thing say they go ahead and announce results in places where BC then talk, say the opposition supposed to win those places, but they go ahead and announce results? Waiting be the thing where they ginger them. So what stopped them from going ahead to announce results in Osun State? Nothing will happen.
Something will happen. You see,
they were fearing the riots, the way the people will react.
The eyes where they watch the Osun election, not be the one where watch Ekiti. Not be the one who watched this thing. There is also international eye where they watch Ekiti election. This thing there is you. This Ekiti.
So that means the election rigging is a thing.
This they stopped at some point. They stopped when they found out that Jackson was leading by 50,000. They stopped for a while.
That's why they stopped for a long time. We didn't know why they stopped. Is that the reason why they stopped?
Ask yourself the question: why did they stop? Because we were busy thinking, what do we do? And I watched the electoral officer who was announcing the results. I saw the way it wasn't flowing as he was speaking. It's like he was stuttering. He was like, I suspect that there would have been pressure brought upon him. So even when he was reading the thing, you can play the thing again, and so that people go see. You go see, say it begins timer by force. Because this was they looked at my thinking is that they had looked at all the options, looked at everything. Can we manipulate this thing? Where can we manipulate it? What should we do? Can we manufacture glitch again? What are we going to do? How are the people going to react? The kind of people where would they see here? Not be people where these are people where be like say they don't go take some shots. They ready. Anything will go happen. When they saw it, they just couldn't, because Precious. I think there's a lesson for APC to learn. They should just go back and don't think that they have everything in the bag. All those things will not fly. Let them keep on telling people that they have it in the bag, it will not fly. Let them continue to preach that, this president likes democracy. He just he didn't want. For me, based on what I have seen from the beginning, you see, the election was already rigged from the beginning. You took their resources, their location. You denied them their location. Okay.
He froze the account.
You froze the account. What was that intended to achieve?
It wasn't wrongly done, so he called to stop them.
What of the first one? There were 2 accounts that were frozen.
Yes,
and then you arrested the people. You arrested Accord
Yes,
people.
because
What was that supposed to achieve? Oh, you didn't know about that?
she caused
You didn't know about that?
Sir?
Look, it was a wrong button pressed, right? I mean, by error. Was that okay? I
You
know.
arrested them, took them to
Okay.
Abuja. Okay, and then somebody came up, a senator came out to openly declare that they should kill. Are we in Rwanda? They should kill people, Nigerians. Kill your own people, your state. You open your mouth. The people you want to govern, you say they should kill them because they are in opposition, because they are exercising their democratic right to vote. They should kill them and kill their families. And the man is still walking free. And thank God for Amnesty International, because they will teach him a lesson.
Let me TY, you know what really got on my wrong side was I know it was a tactical thing to do by Adeleke, Governor Adeleke, but it really got on my wrong side when he came out. I said, "I thank Mr. President." That really wound me up. You know, like all those machineries that were deployed in Osun State, someone didn't know about it. Someone didn't know that the machines, that the presidency machines, were in Osun State. They wouldn't have been there without the approval of the big man, right? So it makes a mockery of that. Thank you. Whether that was sarcasm in play or not, I don't know. But it was later on when I listened and watched the video of where somebody clearly presented an evidence that their allocation has been withheld for a few months, totaling 202 billion naira. So I came to realize why he played to the gallery, why he tried to do that. It was a diplomatic thing for him to say, "Thank you, Mr. President." He was a Democrat. This man is not a Democrat. He is a grabber, snatch. All is fair in politics. That isn't democracy that we saw in Osun State. What we saw in Osun State was, let's win it by all costs. And I like what Adeleke said in the church. No, he said in Shewa Kimbala, he said, why is he called a bulldozer or something? He said because he knows. Look at the military. Look at all the people that came in against him. He was one man against the machines from Abuja. He stood his ground, but he had God on his side. But I get that. And I know God does everything for us. And I know we are very religious. We are very sensitive. It is well. It's all God. But look, sometimes we need to be practical and real. This was Osun State people in play saying enough is enough. We will die this time to defend our votes. If you like, sending armored cars, tankers to Osun State, we will defend our vote. And they came out in mass and did that without fear. So when you start giving the thanks to someone who kind of injected you with poison from behind and laughing at your face, it smacks in the face of Osun people and those who are not in Osun that supported you. People like us that wish you well, that were shouting and screaming from the gallery and saying, "Do not rig, do not do anything." There are so many millions of Nigerians that are not from Osun State, from Edo, from the east, from the west, from the north, that if we go on the social media, is on fire, that desperately want Osun State, that stood with him. And they were let down. But then if you look at it with the second eye and you understand where the man is coming from, he's under pressure financially. All right. His money is stuck somewhere because the machines of Abuja will never release the funds. But what that tells me, and what that should tell Osun people and open the eyes of Nigerians at large, please, if somebody really cares about you, they should not be punishing Adeleke and end up punishing the whole of Osun State. Because when you hold, that's not Osun State, that is not Adeleke's money. That's Osun State people's money. That money allocation belongs to Osun people. For the fact that what's the name of your Bamiji got 440-something thousand votes is even a disgrace to a degree. If somebody held your money back, denied you people salary, maybe I don't know how he managed to pay the people of Osun, how he managed to pay people. Maybe he must have been using his personal money or borrowed money from somewhere, and maybe deny them their resources, infrastructure, and other good things that should be going to Osun people. He said, because you have power, I am the almighty man. I have power. Unless you bow down to me, you're not going to eat. You're not going to drink. So what if there were people in Osun State that depended on that income, that allocation coming from Abuja for government to pay them?
Maybe there were. And they are local government workers. So
okay.
there are people who
thank you. I just want to play devil's. I'm learning to be diplomatic, Precious. I'm trying to I don't want to be too hard. Listen, people depended on it, and their salary was money has to come in every month for them to feed their children, and for 2 or 3 months they weren't paid. Say Ademola didn't pay them, he didn't find money to pay them. The children would have gone to bed with empty stomach, starving to death. People would have died of hunger. People would have been evicted from their homes. People wouldn't have been able to pay their rents. People wouldn't have been able to buy medication if they were sick. Because someone somewhere says, unless you bow down to me and worship me, the gods, or I will not let you eat. I think that is evil in the highest order. I think that speaks volume. That should be not just to Osun people, that should be telling Nigerians the kind of leaders we have. The people we have. Nigerians should be looking at Osun State saying, look, if this man could go this extreme, if they could go this extreme, what happens to me if my governor does not belong to APC? That means we would die. I'm no longer in Nigeria. You know what that means? If your governor is not in APC or does not worship somebody, you're not a Nigerian because your right is being denied. That's why I asked the question to Prince Chilak. I said, what constitutional right do they have to do that? Because that's not their money. That's our money. That's Osun people's money. They should never be allowed to go hungry because of election. For me, that was the big takeaway from this. And that was, for me, the message Nigerians at large should be looking at. See? Look at this is a sample on how wicked people could be and how excellent people could go. I mean, if anything goes, 2027 is going to be even worse. So let's not think what has happened. Oh, thank God he won. We welcome that. Somehow somebody's decided, no, well, let me bow down to international pressure, because that's all it was. It was international CCTV that he bowed down to, nothing else. So he gave up because he's thinking, okay, if I do this now, I've got 5 months left. The pressure will be immense. I may not be able to survive it. So let me turn away the international eyes. Let me just cover the eyes, throw dust in the eyes a little bit. Let them think I'm a Democrat. I do allow democracy to thrive in Nigeria so that they can turn a blind eye in 2027, thinking all is well with Nigeria. All is not well, my people. All is not well. All is rotten. All is still fair in politics, right? All is still grabby in politics, and all is still snatchy in politics. So we have to wake up. If we think we woke up at Osun, we have to even open our eyes wider and get ready, roll up our sleeves, be courageous, and be brave, as Osun people demonstrated. And that takes me back to River State, where the gentleman that came on our show last time and we spoke to, that kind of a gentleman, maybe he has a group, and that's the kind of message you'll be preaching to River people. You know, Wike does not own rivers. He doesn't own rivers. If your River State people stand up against any person who thinks they have rivers in their pocket, they will defeat them. Vote, stand and defend your vote. And let's see how that's the only tactics come 2027. So I'm going to yield the mic for now.
All right, thank you. Thank
Good
you.
evening. Good evening,
Mr.
everybody.
Ken. You've been coming in and out. Good evening. Welcome, sir.
I tried my network, kicked me out. I had to change my network and come in.
Sorry.
Good evening, everybody. APC. Here make you. Here make you.
What is that, sir? Is that the praise and worship they sang in church today?
Yes, now it's my choir song today. We were in choir, we were singing. APC, here make you. Here make you. Nagi Nando to
you.
Let nobody preach anything. Just like we have said, they were beating blue, black. And they know that if they, Davido already told them now, this is the one good lesson. Number one, all polling units must have a credible, what they call it now,
Agent.
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 Agent
Yeah.
that you cannot buy. All polling units
With
must have one
camera. With
credible
camera,
with
CCTV.
camera. You see that the
Yeah.
EAR or EAT, whatever that happened, that these people have been developing, worked against them. All the results came in, and they knew the results were online. That was where they got stuck. All the results already came in. Their court control room, APC, they knew the result already. They know that if they change it, there will be war on the street. Even some of them will not be able to go back to their states because the people will
Yeah, but
already.
glitch still happened. There was still a glitch somewhere in the middle.
They know that if there was a glitch, people will not be. They will. People will
That
go on the
was.
street and burn down
They stopped it at
whatever they
some
can
point.
burn down because glitch does not work. Nothing was glitching. The networks worked accurately. When they stopped uploading at 83%, Davido told them, continue, we have all the
Yeah, we
results.
have the result. Yeah, I
We have
heard
all
that.
the
Yeah.
results. And that is the
And
takeaway
he
for
want that if they try
2027.
to do anything, that they'll publish the
Yeah,
ones they have.
he will publish it. That's what I'm
Yes,
talking
yes, he did.
about.
You're right.
You
Absolutely,
understand?
Question.
The
You're right.
results
Yeah.
were already out. Even while he was saying it, if you go on Twitter, people were publishing the result that they have not published. People were posting the result that they have not posted. Online real-time results from the agents. People were posting it. This is our own result to post it to, they knew they were in the hooks. And there was nothing, whatever Ademola Adeleke is doing, I don't blame him from now. He's just saving go to court. Because he knows that if he goes to court, they can play African magic on it. They can develop a vote. They can develop some things that did not happen and run him out of the system. So let's just allow him to keep playing. That's his own side of the politics. But let's not forget, Osun people stood up and were counted. Nothing anybody can say anymore. We cannot take the shine out of them. Osun people stood up and were counted. And that's what I'm telling us. 2027 is this kind of election. We don't want free. We don't want fair. We want free.
But what would you
Free.
say have stopped Nigerians from ensuring that they stand up like the Ocean people?
It's number one,
It's a-
the people, the politicians, the celebrities, and I call them yeye British. Most of them are playing bigotry game. The only thing I take away as a disappointment from Adeleke was when he said it's because he's a Yoruba man. Man, he should have shut up and just say I'm supporting him because I feel he can do it or whatever. Why do you have to bring ethnicity into something? For a man who came and threw away ethnicity for you, they called you an Igbo boy or whatever they called you. You still won. And you are playing ethnicity card. You cannot play ethnicity card in this kind of system. It does not work. So, like I said, Nigerians, this afternoon, there was an Hausa guy that is a celebrity. He went to Casina, climbed up on the city gate. I was campaigning for Ihere Meki. People stoned him. It took the police to rescue him. They could have killed him. That's how angry people are. That is extremely how angry people are. Let me shock you. I was in a gathering this afternoon, in a small birthday party. And some of the the people of Ihere Meki that were there with me, when I said to Adeleke won because the people rejected Ihere Meki, they said, "Oh, really? Is he not doing well?" I said, "Really? Which doing well? If he's doing well, will Osun people say they don't want him? Will Osun people reject APC?" So you see, the ethnicity card is still playing. Most of the people here in diaspora are still blind to what is going on. They are playing the card of ethnicity. They are not playing the card of people are suffering. And the people back home are ready to be counted. I am so ashamed for Ekiti people, the fountain of they call them knowledge, but they threw away the knowledge for 5,000 naira, 15,000 naira. If people could reject 50,000, I think
They took,
Nigerians are
they
getting
didn't
it.
reject, they took, but just that the money can't enter gutter.
And that's what I'm saying now. They even beat up, and that's what I was advocating on. I've been saying it on Twitter. If I'm in Nigeria, I will beat up the person without money. Collect money, I go call for it. We collect money. Now our money, we go
Ken,
collect the money.
Ken, we don't show an example for Delta. You see the person will
No,
go somewhere, go they talk to not supposed to talk, what they take and do,
it's
what
just
I
they
see.
baptize them. They baptize them very well. So as it is, they look, forget anybody should forget. Nigerians are getting they are fed up. The hunger in the land is killing. It's extremely killing. It's not fair. People know now, look, it's not about ethnicity anymore. Save our soul. That's where people are going now. Save our soul. Nigerians are already standing up to be counted. 2027, okay, may have from Naya. I'm telling you.
So do you think that this has any impact in the 2027 election?
It will have an impact. I'm telling you, Precious. Extremely impact. People are hungry. For a governor is just one vote, and it's a cohort of useless supporters. But the real people are hungry. You should have shown them that, okay, there was somebody who came here 2 weeks ago, last week, and saying, no, nothing will happen in the South. People cannot come and they will shoot them. Why did they not shoot them yesterday? Come and shoot now. People were ready to die. The people who wanted to kill them ran away. People are coming out. When they vote, they are ready to follow their vote to anywhere. Let the best candidate that get the vote win. That's what we want. Don't come and there's nothing to cook or look. Put your head and you will see that people will burn it out. People are angry. There's hunger on the streets. People are ready to come out, and that's what we will continue to preach. Guide your vote. Guide your vote.
You see what happened in Osun State will happen in the north. It will happen in the north.
Of course.
What you saw in Osun State, the northerners the Kwankwasias will play that game to the fullest. Watch out for that. But whether that will be across the whole north, I'm not entirely sure. That what you saw happened in Osun State will happen across the southeast. That I can guarantee.
Who gave us the platform?
In the south.
He has showed us how to do it. He has showed us how to do it.
Yeah.
Will you see that kind of crowd?
And that's why most,
all those 16, 22
and most people are beginning to organize.
If they read,
most people are beginning to organize family. Yeah.
Yes, if they read, they knew that some of them will not go back to their states because the people were outside the street. They even waited for them in their hotel, shouting all kinds of names, calling them names. So they knew
they were calling them thief. Only.
Yeah, there was no way out.
Only.
And that is the spirit I want us to go 2027. I'm telling you, anybody, even if it's Lion of East, even if it's a wannabe Peter Obi solution, all of them will be crushed. I'm telling you, they will see what they have not seen before. Like Davido told them, Osun people will show you what you have not seen before. And that is what they showed them. That is what they showed them. It's appalling. We can't continue like this. Enough is enough.
Precious, seriously. Sorry, Ken. Is Tinubu actually from Osun State? I'm asking you.
But you know Precious will not answer now. Why are you looking for Precious trouble again this evening?
You don't know.
Oh, that's not a bad question. That is not a bad question. It's Precious.
Don't ask her, please.
Precious, where is our president from? What state is it?
Adeleke talk say him be their brother. Now waiting Adeleke. And I don't know much about
Precious, please. I don't know. I'm asking. Can you help me?
CJ, can we leave that and move on to other issues? Whatever Adeleke said, I'm sure you can ask the governor of Osun State. And I'll refer you to what he said.
Ken, please, just a quick one. Ken, please, just a quick one, please. I think it is time now that we should start calling out all the Nigeria celebrity. Like you said, that you say you call them Yeye. So we should start calling out the celebrity as well. All those celebrities that are benefit from these politicians as well. Every one of them, we should start calling them out, because you could see what Davido did as well. Now, what David did, use his influence, his followers, and everything to also help his uncle, help Osun State. Other celebrities as well can also do the same, because they are making money from the Nigeria people as well. Their responsibility is also to help put a better government in place. We should start calling them out, because it's everybody, all hands on deck.
Sorry, somebody said Tinubu is from Guinea Conakry.
All power belongs to people. Shame on those. All power belongs.
Somebody said Tinubu is from Guinea Conakry. Please, TY, where is our president from?
CJ, can we move on to other
At this point,
issues?
The governor
it can
the
even
governor
come from
says
No,
it's
it's not
from
trivial questions.
Osun State. So
Someone was
that's why
asking me that I
the
couldn't
governor
know.
says it comes from
he
Osun
ha-
State, and that
governor says from
Oyebanji
Iraqi,
is his cousin.
in Osun State. At this point, it
Oh,
can come
sorry,
from
it's from Osun
anywhere.
State,
We are
yeah?
ready. Anywhere that may come from.
Okay. But okay, all right. I'm just want to be sure because there have been a few things going on that we're not sure about. So I just want to clarify that.
The
But
man
it's
of,
from Osun State.
the man of,
CJ,
the
you don't
man
need
that
to
has
answer that
most of
question.
many
You have
followers.
a ghost. Is a ghost. No, don't ask that question again, please. You're looking for trouble. Eh? Even the person telling you guys
No.
is from that state, the person don't even know where he came from. He's just telling you guys. He's just saying it. Even when the
He's
person
a
was even
man
saying it
No.
today, he's not
that
even
has a
sure.
coat of many colors.
Precious.
I think somebody
No, I
was
don't
saying something the
know.
other day. Somebody was saying something that said, I think something Cotonou, how they, let me leave it there. I don't want to say anything more than that. I don't know.
No, because people are saying different things. I just want to be sure. I want to be
All
clear.
right, so
I
CJ,
want clarity.
moving on. Let's look for let's move further on the lessons of the
Okay.
Osun State election
Okay.
because I think it's very important considering that that's the last election before the general election. TY
Yeah.
Danjuma, we see the way we be say the INEC use prepare for this election. We see some of the things where BC happened for the election, the late arrival of voting materials and all of those issues and where BC happened. And what in BC the opposition try to do way they know let, especially those, most importantly, the people themselves and their resilience on stopping people where BC they feel say won't cause katakata. They arrest some people. That is not the police. So now them arrest hand over to police. People wait and see say come to destroy the election. They arrest people where they sell votes. They not just call them out, they arrest them, hold them, pin them down there. So
Yep.
anybody will be say, before now, what thing they happen be say, once Agbo just call, hey, scatter everywhere, people don't run, they go abandon, they go snatch ballot box. These people will not let anybody make the snatch ballot box. They stayed put, they pin down, they no green move. They stay. Waiting, which lesson when Nigerians get to learn for any election when they come, with this kind of example what Osun States give us. Because people, and one other most important thing we say, even military, army, been there, these guys, they no even mind, they do their thing, gather for front of army. More like if you won't shoot, how many of us you go kill? That was daring. So which lesson will Nigerians get to learn?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of lessons to learn. I see from what I observe, I have not seen anybody fingering the military. For instance, it looks like the military just stayed aloof. They didn't interfere, but there were cases of policemen who came, who joined and snatched ballots. But one thing that struck me was in a ward. I can't remember the ward now, where a wrong figure was being inserted, and there was somebody that was saying, "No, you can't. That's not the figure. That's not what I have in my. You have to
Well,
put
now
in the
that,
right
but I
figure."
tell you now, the word where we say, I think it was Professor Simeon that raised it yesterday. Then we now saw the report on News Central when they said that a court got 212, there's 212, and
Yes.
this polling unit, this INEC agents now put
Yes.
012 for them,
Yes.
200 votes. Come on,
Yes.
for that particular polling unit, and people
Yeah.
don't agree at all.
Yes.
And meanwhile, APC scored, I think, 36 or 39 votes as
Yes.
against the 212 of
So
but these
that's
people not
one.
agree. So again,
That
people need to be very vigilant,
yes.
extremely vigilant.
Yes. So that's one case. Resistance. And people say, "No, you can't do that here. You can't do that," and it was threatening. So so that got corrected, and then there was also I think there was another case that I saw where I think it was a woman that was screaming. I think it probably has to do about with money. I can't remember the circumstances again, but I'm just trying to say that there were people who physically resisted any untoward practice there. They resisted it, and they compelled them to do the right thing, even before the security agencies and so on. They compelled them. You must do it. If you don't do it, and then the third thing was that I don't know who organized them, but they followed the ballot box, they followed their votes to the various places where from the ward to the various other places where, and even to INEC, and they stayed in numbers, not one or two. I also noticed that I think it was in is a Jibo or something like that, where there was shooting. I don't exactly know who was shooting. Some people say it was the police trying to scare people who were trying to come and cut away ballot boxes. Some people say it was, thugs, that were shooting. But the people, stayed put. So there was some resistance. And I think the thing is that if you see that people were resisting, and they're in mass, we have said here that if people come out en masse to vote and then stay there, then that will intimidate anybody who is trying to do anything that is wrong. So those are some of the lessons that I think we can learn from this. Am I going to give credit to INEC? Well, I think I want to wait because I'm hesitating to do that. Because we don't know all the story. Was INEC overwhelmed? Were they compelled to do the right thing when they saw the will of the people? We don't know, But all the same, I give credit to Davido. I give credit to Osun State people for their resilience and for their insistence that the right thing must be done. So yeah, but I think that that's a good way to start, because anybody who is saying here that it was negotiated or it was that is arrant nonsense as far as I'm concerned. You can't negotiate when you mobilize all your resources to a state. It shows that you wanted to capture it. So how can it be negotiation? You wanted to capture it and you failed. And Precious, there's something else you say, just a little bit deviation.
Okay.
There was a video that you played. Was it yesterday or last week, when you were talking about the Nigerian delegation, a high-powered Nigerian delegation that went to the US with the foreign minister, the NSA, and some other guys, and you wanted to go and negotiate. To go and
I
see.
told you now, yes.
Yes.
To discuss about the partnership with the United States.
Yes, and the reception was different from what it was ab initio when they were able to see the vice president, they were able to see Secretary of State Rubio, and so on and so forth. This time,
that is what Atiku's lobby firm claiming. It's
yes.
not like it's actually
This time they were kind of a little bit humiliated. And so when I compare that with someone who came to this platform to say, oh, there's something brewing between Tinubu and Trump, and Tinubu is making an inroad and so on and so forth, I think I want to say that that was a blatant lie, that there's a relationship that is growing, because there was there was a release, of a letter that is claimed to be fake now, that there was a letter written by Trump and so on and so forth. And then before that time, we heard that, oh, there's a possibility of the president meeting with Trump, and they were celebrating it. I didn't say anything to celebrate there. You are trying to meet your counterpart in another country and you're celebrating. That there's nothing to celebrate. It tells you, when you look at the optics, that and from what we hear, the discussion that is going on is to firm up the agreement that they had initially concerning fighting insurgency. That is what it is focused on. It was not on politics. It was not to declare their acceptance of whatever is happening in Nigeria. It was in furtherance of the agreement to fight terrorism, which America is focused on. It had absolutely nothing to do with politics or acceptance of this person or not. It was made clear that in terms of the U.S. feeling towards the ruling party in Nigeria at the federal at the center, they are not happy. It was made very, very clear in that statement that the government is not happy with what is happening in Nigeria, and so there's no relationship in that direction. That is talking about the politics, insurgency. Yes, there's a discussion, but in terms of the acceptance, like you have in the UK, where you are given a state visit by the king and so on and so forth, nothing of such is anticipated in American policy as at yet. That I know for sure. So they are struggling They're struggling. All the monies they've paid, all the lobbying, the 9 million plus, and all the other ones that we don't know, and the individuals they contracted and the corporate organizations they contracted to launder image and so on. It appears it's not working. It has not worked, or it has been counterbalanced by people from the other side who are also, giving the right picture of what's happening in Nigeria. So I think there's an issue there. There's a problem there. And unless the government becomes transparent, and address the issues that are causing tension or friction in the relationship between Nigeria and America and other well-meaning countries, unless they address it and it seems visibly that the government is addressing those things, I think that so long will this relationship, this kind of wishy-washy relationship, continue. So let nobody come here to come and deceive and come and tell lies. And I think it's Edwin that is putting all those things. He has posted here now that, the OSUN election was a negotiation. I don't know where he gets all those things. I don't know where he's getting all those things. But
all
of
right,
course,
sir. People are entitled to their opinion, but
yes.
let me quickly go on to Mr. PH. PH, you haven't said anything. Let me let you drop your thought quickly, sir.
Hi, Precious.
Hello. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, panelists.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning,
How are you all doing? How are you all doing today? Hope everybody's okay.
Fine, thank you.
Panel, we just want to say a very big thank you to the Osun indigenes. These guys have shown that Nigeria can still work without being intimidated by these politicians. We watched yesterday how these guys stood out outside the INEC office. These guys were there on the street, singing, waiting for them. So you can see that whatever is happening to Nigeria, Nigerian youth can take the country back to themselves by voting the right leader. It's doable. Despite intimidation, despite the money given, despite all the whole APC presence, these guys they stood out. I don't know if you guys saw the video of the guys that were fighting the soldier guys with gun. They came to grab ballot boxes there. These guys stood out.
Yes,
they fought the soldiers. They fought them with gun. They fought them. Two of them, two soldiers with gun. First, to see that Nigeria can work if our youth are able to stand up to support this leader that they think they can be able to make change in their lives. Yeah. I'm happy they gave them money, they took the money, but they did the right thing. The money they took is Nigerian money. It's not APC money. It's all the money they stole from Nigeria, they gave back to them. I am so happy that all of them took the money and still voted the right conscience. So I show people I'm proud. I am super proud of them for what they did. If the whole Nigeria can stand up in 2027, they can get a good leader. They can get a good leader. Nigeria can still work. So we should all be hopeful and encourage the Nigerian youths to stand up and make sure they defend their votes. All these mergers or no mergers with Nigerian youth, just like I said a few days ago, with Nigerian youth, okay, tickets can still work in Nigeria without no merger with anybody, without no this G100 they are talking about. With the support of the Nigerian youth, they can be able to claim their country back. So that's my little contribution about that anyway. Second day with the APC guys on the social media is full of I would know I was on one program before this one. The way these guys were still talking about APC, you look at them, these are young people. And look at all of them in the platform, I shake my head, looking at what these people are saying. Huh? They still believe that the APC can still fix Nigeria. Precious is I pity for some Nigerian youths, to be frank with you. They don't still know what's happening in Nigeria, to be frank with you. I pray Nigeria works. I pray Nigeria works to the help of our youths.
It will work.
By we supporting them too, we all pray for a better Nigeria. I know. Well, that's my little control to that anyway. Let me yield the mic for now anyway.
All right. Thank you. Moving on very quickly, I'd like to look at what Enenche said and what Bishop Ona said and what Islamic clerics, several of them, have said. Would anyone want to quickly react to those? Pastor T.Y. do you want to jump in on that, or Mr. Ken?
All right. Let someone else speak. I just spoke.
All right. Okay, Mr. Ken, go ahead, please.
Number one, what Pastor Enenche said is long overdue. And if you look critically, if 2 or 3 or 4 pastors told this line, I think Joshua, what's his name? Apostle Suleiman said something already about this when it happened, but it wasn't so much extensive on it. But Pastor Enenche, came out gun blazing. It's still not enough. People, governors, supporters.
Mr. Ken, your network is very bad. Your network is bad. We can't hear you. Your network is bad, Mr. Ken. All right. Hello, you were about to respond to that. Let me let you respond.
Yeah.
Mr. Ken's network is bad.
Yeah. I said something about that before, that the pastors, the leaders of the Christian society and all that, I've not even seen them come out to condemn most of this. What that pastor, what the pastor said, I totally agree with him. Like Ken said, it's long overdue. He himself even took longer to respond. It took longer to respond. So so far so good. It's just few of them that have responded. I think which other pastor? I think Oyedipo have responded. Then and this which other pastor again? Has he? I think Suleiman as well. I think that man has also responded, but he is the third person now of which, if I'm not mistaken, which I know about. But the others, where are the others? I know we are more than this. I know the Christians are more, but most of them are mute. So this, like I said the last time, that this should be, as in ever since that statement was made, that as in all the Christian leaders, the Christians, Nigerians, they were supposed by now, every day they will be rebuking it and calling out the government. Calling the government out, rebuking it, calling them out. And till now, the government themselves, nobody for the government have put out a statement, have said anything about it. Nobody. Which then tells me, because I don't know, I don't want to use any word at the moment against the government. Because it seems that the country has no government. That is the reason why they do not want to say anything. Because when you see that this statement that this cleric put out can cause an uprising, can cause a religious war in that country. I make a statement here the other day. Similar thing. It was a similar statement one of the preacher was making in the UK. With immediate effect, that was in 2013 in the UK. Who was the Home Secretary then? Theresa May was the Home Secretary then. The government, at that moment, that thing was the top agenda for the government. And that guy fought that deportation to the extent he went to he went to the European Court of Justice, ECJ, to also fight that deportation. But the UK succeeded in deporting Abu Qadari to Jordan. Because he was trying to spark up a religious war, preaching hate in the UK. You could see how the government took a swift action against that preacher, that cleric preacher. It's the same thing that is happening in Nigeria now. A cleric came out in a public, and even so-called who called themselves governors were there sitting down. They were clapping. They were jubilating. They were clapping. When you know that this thing could spark a religious war, but they kept quiet. No action has been taken up till now. And someone will tell me that these people they are qualified to be there to govern the people. No. So, because this is not what we will take as a joke or take for granted or anything, or they feel they've conquered the Christians. No. They need to, the government, the Nigerian people need to hold the government accountable as well. Because for up till now, how long now? I think it's even more than 2 weeks now. No statement has been put, nothing has been put out from the government. So they need to start asking their government question. They need to start asking them question. What is really going on? Because Nigeria cannot continue like this. It cannot continue like this. That is the reason why I keep saying that the Nigerian people must stand on their feet. At the same time, the church members as well should also start calling out their Christian leaders, calling them out and calling these people out. Enough is enough. We can't continue like this. People cannot just wake up and just start spreading hate and driving the division all over, all because they want to score cheap political points. No, this whole thing has to stop. We need to do something about it. No, one tribe is not beyond the other one. Everybody should be treated equal. Everybody should have equal respect for each other. Respect each other's religion. Not come to downgrade another religion because because the other ones are keeping quiet. No, it has to stop because we need to respect ourselves. Just imagine if it was the Christian leader that made that kind of a statement. What do you think would have happened since then? Do you think that the Muslims will keep quiet? Do you think the Muslims will keep quiet? Of which I know the Christian leaders and all that will not be foolish enough to be throwing those kind of statements out there. They cannot do it. But just imagine what do you guys think will happen? So it's time we start asking questions. We start asking questions what is really going on in that country. So that is what I will put out for what you've asked.
All right, thank you. Does anyone have anything else to say very quickly before we pack up?
So there is something I want to say to that. I hate to comment on religious matters.
It's very uncomfortable
so sensitive.
too. I don't feel super very,
very. I hate it because I have got friends across the divide.
Absolutely.
But there's something I want to say about that. It goes, how does one so-called pastor, Remi Tinubu, sit comfortably in Aso Rock with her husband, who is a Muslim and the president of Nigeria, and watch this inflammatory statement coming out from Muslims, cleric leaders, whatever they are, Muslim leaders? And what does she say? How does she? I mean, does she feel comfortable with these things? Can't she find it within herself to have conversation with her husband and say, can't you, honey, can you call these people to order? Because it's dividing the nation. The more we hear these things, the more we hear them every day coming out, the worse it gets in the ears of the nation and in the eyes of the people. If she's actually a pastor, in quote, with the Redeemed Christian Church of God, as they claimed she is, and she's married to a president of Nigeria who is a Muslim, and these comments keep coming out every now and then, I thought it would have been a good thing for a good wife who is a committed Christian to say to her husband, who has all the powers, to say, come on, can you speak to these people to dial it down? Because we don't want division, we don't want fire in the country. But that is, again, I'm not surprised that's not happening, because it speaks volume. It tells us everything we already know and what most of us still need to know in terms of where it counts for the presidency. Whatever anything you do, as long as it counts in their favor, you're okay. So that's the area that worries me a little bit. That's the area I want to look at it. And the first lady has some sort of power, to use her husband's proximity to try and, you know, bring orderliness to the situation, but it isn't happening. But rather they're busy sharing cars to APC women leader and phones to people like Precious and all that. But it is what it is.
This guy.
So
CJ,
yes.
you know, she also has been under fire because they've said the same Muslim group have said some very unkind things about.
Yes, they even declared a fatwa on that at some point. Yes.
You know, so
really,
yeah. So I don't know, but you know, we have to be fair to her too. She's a pastor, yes. But they've also said they said unkind things to her about Jonathan's wife and so on. So I don't know. Is what it is.
How do they cope with these things happening? How do they cope as couples?
I don't know. I don't know what they're saying to them or what they're. I don't know. I don't know.
But but she herself has not come out to condemn that statement as well. Has she said anything about it since that statement was put out? She hasn't said anything.
No, she's not said anything. But
no, but they also attacked her. She didn't say anything. They said very unprintable things about her. You know, she didn't say anything.
Because they are talking on behalf of her husband.
So can we speak one at a time, please? Please.
Whatever the cleric is talking about, they are talking about supporting the husband. So
correct.
She cannot come out and condemn what they said. She wants her husband to continue being a president of Nigeria. So no matter what they say, they are talking in favor of her husband. They are giving her support. They are giving them support. So you can't just expect them to come out and tell them, "Oh, don't say that to my husband, or don't say that to the Christians." She's not going to say that. Yeah. All of them are fighting for the man to retain his post as a president of Nigeria come next election.
Does that have does that have anything to do? Does that have any link with Adeboye not talking about?
Okay,
they are all together.
All right. So, Mr. Ken, you wanted to say
something? He's the redeemed pastor from the Redeemed Church of which Adeboye is
my
own
take is on the lighter side.
Adeboye controls over many million Nigerians. He has to say in Nigeria. Has he spoken?
All right.
It's almost 2 weeks now that this is going on.
Thank you, PH. Thank you. Let's Mr. Ken
my take is on the lighter side. I want to make an appeal. I want to make an appeal to Cardinal Ononuga and Bishop Biwala that they should be able to say something because they have been in the forefront of abusing the people who spoke up in the first instance. You know, if they are not saying anything, let's stop all this argument. The government is complicit. They are enjoying it. They like the news. They love what is going on. And that's the only way they can play into people's mind. Religion, bigotry, and ethnicity. So what do you expect? They're not going to say anything. Okay. So let's just let it go. And at this time around, if you see a pastor who is not commenting, he's part of the government team. So, you know, let's not break bread on what is not obtainable. Everybody who is speaking up now, you see that they are speaking up based on everything that is going on is wrong. But the pastors or the government officials not speaking up, they are all in the same WhatsApp.
I've had another shower. Okay.
Oh, all right. Mr. CJ, please, you mute yourself now, please. You're having a private conversation. All right. Mr. Ken, would that be all from you?
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Precious.
All right. I appreciate you guys, and then we'll have to call it today. Thank you, everyone, for today's show. It's been an amazing conversation, but I hope that everyone is now kind of fired up to face the 2027 election, and you're all ready to do what you must do to ensure this happens. And all of Onage village, Onage neighborhood, on be the leaf for township before Onachakwa, Onage gets people, relatives. You can start by talking with your relatives, educating them, telling them what to do, talking to your neighbors, you know, find small thing, change hand for them and talk to them so that they will know that they will stand firm for their votes. That's the only way we can get it right. Osun State has proven that it's possible and doable. And then not just only Osun State, I mean, the Kwankwaso group also proved the same thing, say they doable. and then Osun states don't show us now. So let's not take that for granted. And I do hope that the 2027 election will come with a lot of surprises, like one person has said it to come with. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and share this post, by the way. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Precious.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bless you guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Good morning, Precious.
Thank you. Good morning.
Greetings, everyone.
Thank you.
See you guys tomorrow, God willing.
See you tomorrow. See you today, later today for us. Thank you so much. All right, Nigerians, that's the size of our package. I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody. We don't join, but if with us, we could discuss matter we get to do with our country. Let's make this happen again tomorrow evening, God willing. And don't forget to play your parts. Find way to educate that store owner waiting near your house, that market owner waiting your compound, that somebody, that's the trader you buy something from. Educate them, teach them not to just give up on Nigeria. And some, because a lot of people are discouraged and say, hey, no matter what we do now, they go see what they want. Let them know that it is possible. Show them the Osun State example so that they go know, say, it is possible. And when they see that, use it to encourage them, teach them, educate them. A lot of people, do you know that not a lot of Nigerians are educated? We have more of half literate and illiterates in Nigeria than we have really educated people. So please, let's do our best to educate people and enlighten them and tell them what to do. Please. And I'm sure that Nigerians will begin to make a very informed decision when they know better. I love you guys and I appreciate you as always. Please. But in all of this, as you worry about Nigeria a bit, we can also protect your mental health because you need to be alive. Nigeria problem if you overwhelm you. So take care, good night, and God bless you. I love you guys. Bye.